and welcome to the first annual Star Wars Generation X debate. How's it going, fellas? We have Dark Aaron Husted and Cowboy Jay.
Good afternoon or evening.
Good
Whatever
morning or afternoon.
Stand by here. Hello, Jelly. Hello, Laura. Thank you for the subscription, Laura. We appreciate you. Let me give a little background. Aaron Husted, you're a professor of science and technology at the University of Albuquerque. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Cowboy Jay, you're an old cowpoke. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
What do you guys know about Star Wars?
Just about everything, I'd say. That's why I don't.
You don't have to do a character here.
It's a little cowpoke humor.
He's an old cowpoke. Is that music too loud in the back? I'm trying to set the mood.
I barely hear it.
Supposed to barely hear it. That's good. So, everything sounds good. Good. Not too loud. I think my microphone is too loud.
Sounds good on this end.
Good. We've gathered all together. Good. My first question then to you guys.
Bless you.
As
Noticed he wasn't about to, so figured I would.
Thank you. We grew up with the Wars of the Star Wars. So, what are you pointing at your ear for?
Cutting in and out a little bit there, brother.
You can't hear me?
I just heard that last sentence you just said.
Okay. How about now?
I heard, okay, how about now?
Discord cuts out sometimes.
Okay.
It's okay. What I wanted to talk about is just we are old. We're all in our 40s, right? Just
That's
like
correct.
a cowboy.
Last time I checked.
Wearing this Amazon.com costume. Ready to debate Star Wars. Now, what I feel I should ask you first is, you remember when you were a little kid? You don't remember it when you were a little kid?
Yes.
I do remember when I was a little kid. I thought you were going to go on with the question.
Yeah. I didn't plan anything here, boys. I have no questions for you at all. You guys want to run your mouth about how much you hate the new movies all the time. So I'm like, oh, they'll talk a lot. They'll talk a ton about how much they hate the new
normally
ones.
in talk shows, brother, the guests get introduced and they get fed lines. And then they can
Bedline. What's a
respond.
bedline?
So try something. What's your most weird question you have on Star Wars right now? Any point, any time, any movie, any show.
You guys like the first three, right?
Yeah, although Jedi obviously has its issues.
Not the 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about the 4, 5, 6. That's what we refer to as the first three.
4,
I'm talking
5, 6.
chronologically in our time.
6 has problems because 6 is soft in the middle. Everyone knows this. Anything between Jabba's palace and when they get out there and they start the attack is, well, it's a little wasted. The Yoda scene's wasted. All the shit in the fleet's wasted. But other than that, it's got a great beginning and a great end.
Right. I like all of them for the most part. That's what Laura Dreamer says. Now, those are the first original 4. Came
Now,
out and
I'll say this. The first movie I ever saw in the theater was the 1-year re-release of Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4. And I was 6 days old. 6 days old.
6 days old? That's interesting, because the first movie I ever saw in the theater was Empire Strikes Back when I was like 2 years old.
That's the first movie I remember seeing at home because my dad had VHS super early. He had it in like 81, 82.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing he bought.
The
And so I
Star Wars?
remember being like on the couch, scared shitless at 2.5 or 3 years old or whatever.
From Star Wars?
By Empire.
Yeah.
The-
That's
The
when
Walker attack freaked me out, man.
Oh yeah, it's for a little kid, that's what I mean. It's very emotional.
I was doing the Ewok thing from when they tell the story at the end of Jedi, and I was doing it's too much, no.
Right.
That's what I remember from watching Empire the first time.
And Dark Lord of the Sith, what do you think? What was the first time you remember seeing them?
Apparently the first time was the summer it came out at the drive-in. But I was 0 years old, so I do not remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember
We
going
all
to see
saw
it.
it as our
but-
first thing.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of people think is why then the next three came out when we were, what, 19 years old?
Yeah, 98 and 2001 and 2004, something like that.
We're like 19 years old then.
Yeah.
So we expected them to affect us in the same way that those first three did when we saw when we were 0 years old.
Now,
You
I'll
disagree?
say this: Episode 3, like, cause I watched Episode 1 and I wasn't sure about it, and there was parts I liked and parts I wasn't sure about. And then when 2 came out, it got so savaged by the reviews that came out that I actually got a little bit freaked out. I never tend to get influenced by reviews, but I was a little bit like, oh, I don't want to see a travesty or whatever. And so I ended up seeing it in like the last week it was out, like 30, 40 weeks later. And it was awesome. And I was like, it has its problems because it's Lucas writing all of it. And Lucas is not like a dialogue writer. And everyone
writes
was like, they
like,
want it to be like
instructions. He writes like stereo instructions. He doesn't write the way people talk and stuff.
No, he writes like stage directions. It's not good, but everything else is amazing. And so I was just, because what he was doing with 2 and 3 was very different. All right, so here's the outrageous statement number 1.
Oh, here we go. Number 1.
1, 2, and 3 were rejected by America because of the fact that it rejects the traditional sense of romantic love conquering all. In fact, romantic love is the damnation of Anakin. 2, it condemns the giving up of power during wartime to an authoritarian figure, abrogating our own rights. This is occurring while something is happening in the greater geopolitical sphere that maybe Americans don't want to think about how much they're giving up their rights for the sake of a perceived safety. Those 2 things were almost anathema to America at the time. And as many people liked it, I still run into people who essentially can't deal with those 2 things and won't say that that's the reason, but are like, well, yeah, I don't like that. So,
I didn't think I'm laughing at the cough there. Not what you said.
yeah, because the sneeze. Bless you.
But I agree with what you said there, where it has a little allegory to the time that we're in with the whole, what would you call it? The NSA getting more powers and stuff like that.
War on.
Yeah, war on terror, all that. Had everybody in that mood, and they kind of tried to mirror that. I think that bothered people.
It was in the second film that I think Eisenhower made the speech in the second film about beware of the Dark Lord of the Sith and his
Binks Industrial Complex.
I remember that.
Remember that part?
Yeah, where Eisenhower was in Star Wars. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scene.
But when I went into to see it, I never thought like, man, this is gonna make me feel like a little kid again. I think all it did is just answer questions that we always had since we were 0 years old about what the hell's going on in this. We just tuned in the middle, and then it's like, what happened before? You had to use your imagination. So then they go back and start answering questions. So that was pretty much all I watched it and enjoyed it for.
Episode 3, when I watched episode 3, I saw it in freaking the Times Square movie theater for some goddamn reason. And I saw it with Nadia, and I am not ashamed to say I literally had tears flowing down my face through most of that movie. Because the stuff it gets right, it gets so right.
Yeah.
And that opening scene might be my favorite single Star Wars scene ever, which is crazy, I know. But it's as good
I know
as
what you're talking about. It's the whole answer to how badass the Jedi were back then.
Yeah, and what it does with the what it's able to do with Christopher Lee, who knows how to act in the Star Wars universe, just commit to this razor edge character of like, this is what it is, and just project that out through the words. And what it does in terms of that being the turn, but also doing so many things visually at the same time, playing with your spatial sense for the first time, really having an action scene in space that did not do the frickin' there's a down thing. And it wasn't a 0G thing effectively, but the shifting of gravity through the entire sequence, and it's a series of sequences, I just found super exciting.
You're talking about episode 3, right?
Episode 3.
Yeah.
I really liked Grievous as a villain. I really thought that the action scenes were really well done. And then I thought that Ewan McGregor and frickin' Hayden had the right energy in that showdown at the end. Like, finally Hayden's casting looked good instead of adequate, because he was able to just be pure pain, rage, ego at that point, completely embody it, and be the entitled brat that America was at the time, and we still are.
Well, wait a second. I've only seen episode 1 ever. Are you serious, Jelly?
You've never seen 2 or 3?
There's several people that have not ever seen it. That's what makes this kind of interesting, I think.
Wait a minute. Have you seen 2 and 3?
Have I?
No, Taylor. How are you?
I'm not. I'm talking what she said in the chat.
He's talking to his followers right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
There's viewers.
Pardon.
Viewers, whatever they are.
I've only seen the first one with Ewan, and none other than that. So you tuned out after episode 1, which is actually the 4th movie. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like you should give 2 and 3 a shot. It's just the writings. It's like being in a beautiful house that hasn't had any finishings done.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate the structure and how well it's designed.
A lot of people just don't like the whole thing about the whole war thing. What if you're anti-war? Anti-Star Wars? 'Cause it is a fucking war the whole time, right? Or leads up to?
I mean, that's what 2 going into 3 is. And then we have like all those seasons of like.
Let's say you're a younger person, you're just right on the outside and you saw that. What would you think? Aaron, what do you think?
If I were a young person?
Yeah, if you were, let's say you were 20 years old. Uncomfortable silence.
Sorry, you cut out there.
I let it go for a long time though.
I like that. That's live TV. That's live Twitch.
Well, I saw the after episode 1. I found it the science of it fascinating.
The science of it.
I went to the doctor and asked him if he could check my mitochondrial count.
Right. What did the doctor say?
What the hell are you talking about? He said, how many mitochondria do I have?
You thought you were the chosen one.
Yeah,
if I
he
could
kick me out.
speak for you.
But he was only at 3,000.
They said you didn't have the proper amount, or they just didn't know what mitochondrions are.
And part of my problem was I was calling them mitochondria.
Oh.
Duh.
If you would have just said midichlorian, I'm sure they would have given you the proper test.
Yeah.
A missed opportunity, you could say. However, when I think of the situation of how if unless you're our age, you're never going to appreciate it the way that we do, and hold it to as high a standard as we do. God damn it!
I've met some younger folks who are super, super into it, and they came up 1, 2, 3, and like were watching 4, 5, 6 in between, waiting for 2 and 3 to come out.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say you got on the scene, and the only Star Wars you knew about was, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and you go, okay, I'm gonna start at number 1, and then I'm gonna watch number 2, or I'm gonna start number 1 and then just stop. Jilly, we saw you.
Like your viewer.
Yes. And I forgot what I was saying. Anybody else eat cabbage salad before you started this project? What it is like they didn't grow up with it, so they just see it as a set of movies, and then it's like, okay. But they don't have that whole dynamic to it of like 4, 5, and 6. Just jump into the story, like what the hell's going on, and makes it better because you don't know what's going on.
And probably, honestly, we gotta talk a little bit for our age group about the toys.
Yes.
Because that was his deal. That's how he made his billions, is because he held on to the merchandising rights when they were doing the first contract. And he had the big, and that was the toy. Like, I couldn't have any toys. Farm boy, as you guys know, and hardly could have any toys at all, but the Star Wars toys.
No toys on the farm.
No toys on the farm, except Star Wars toys.
Those are the only ones that are authorized.
That hammerhead feeling, that's fine with me. All right.
I'm out of cabbage. Listen, I was way more into Jurassic Park. That makes sense, though. Jurassic Park was the dinosaurs for somebody that was younger.
Yeah, I can see the Jurassic Park toys. If I was that age, that would have been the absolute. Yes, sir.
I'm reading here. That's why it's confusing.
Yeah. No,
I understand what I'm saying.
I'm catching up.
But I remember the toys.
Getting there.
But isn't it a bummer how shitty the toys we had, and then compared to the toys they have now?
But they were cheap. You could get a Star Wars toy for freaking $1 at the right Zehrs. Zehrs was the old-fashioned version of a cheap Kmart, which is the old-fashioned version of a cheap Walmart, which is the oldfashioned version of a cheap Target.
Ames.
Technically,
oh my God, Ames.
I was more into Godzilla, but potato. Yes. Not everyone was into it, but I think if you were a little kid at the time, I don't think you were allowed not to be into it. Did you guys ever know anyone that hated Star Wars when you were a kid?
Nobody.
I knew everybody. Everybody had different.
No girls, no boys. Nobody hated Star Wars.
Yeah. That was kind of bizarre about it. And that was always a common ground for a lot of people our age. Always talk about, Star Wars. You could always make a new friend, talk about Star Wars.
Yes. I do want to put a pin in that previous comment. I would love you to have a Godzilla special at some point. I'm ready to talk about the big lizard anytime. Get
Duly
some kaiju
noted.
talk going on. Mm-hmm.
Duly noted. I'm not much of a Godzilla expert, so I'll allow you to lead the discussion.
All right.
But I liked. They came out on YouTube though, a couple of them, for free.
The Godzillas, the old ones.
Yeah.
Those.
Not so much the best ones, but some that I'd never seen before, but I always heard about.
Well, they got all the Toas on HBO Max right now, which is pretty cool. Destroy all monsters.
In Japan, they call him Gojira.
Gojira!
That's true.
Gojira!
That's true fact. You can look it up.
I want to do the thing where I can make all your heads big. Whenever you speak. Speak, Jay.
Gojira.
That doesn't work.
Gojira.
I guess I got to put you all as a grid. I'm still trying to get used to this Discord situation. I'd like to make this blank one disappear and just have you two there in the middle, but I don't know how.
Yeah. I'm seeing you to the side too.
Fucking do it. Kaji my ass into oblivion. Kaju my ass into oblivion. That's what she said. Very well. Popular idea, Jay.
And I ask a question of further discussion.
Go ahead.
So, you two did see 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the hard questions. 7, 8, 9. Did you see any or all of them?
All of them.
All of them? Houston?
7.
Yeah. I went to the theater. I didn't mind 7. I thought the biggest problem with 7 was it's kind of repeated things. It kind of poochified everything. Here's the Death Star, but it's bigger. Here's the Darth Vader, but he's better and leaner, and there's no progression or different stuff. But 8 was one of the best looking movies I have hated ever. Like, I really like that director normally, Rian Johnson. I like Knives Out. I like Looper. I like Brick. But he did not get any of that structure. It was like having a brutalist architect in 1950 go through a cathedral and demolish it to make way for, like, you know, poured concrete walls and stuff because he thinks it's a thing of the moment. And I didn't watch 9 as a result.
I like the number 7, right? The Force Awakens. I like that one. I was like, this is a cool direction, but I didn't expect much because I figured they're setting up a whole new series of characters, which went in pretty cool directions, I thought. Get to number 8, you think, well, I was kind of disappointed because they left the number 7 hanging with that cliffhanger, Luke. And then you're like, okay, now here are all the old characters. Well, you kind of, a little kid spoiled it for me. Number 7, outside the theater. The big, you know.
Damn kids.
Yeah, he turned around to his friend. I was standing in line by myself. This was like at 9 o'clock at night, going to see 3D. And the two little kids are talking in front of me. I'd been on the boat. I didn't see nothing about Star Wars. I totally avoided it as much as I could. Standing there in front of the fucking theater. And then these two kids turn around and go, Han Solo dies in this one. I'm like, how do you know? Like 8 years old. So I was like, these little fuckers, for how long? How long I avoided any spoilers? They were talking to each other. They didn't talk to me. They were talking to each other, but loud, like little kids don't know.
But just being there. We did that once. I did that mostly. I think Houston helped me out when we went to see Independence Day, and we were so mad at how bad it was. And we came out of the theater and say, man, that's amazing. When Will Smith knocks an alien right out in the face, bam! And man, when the president downloads the computer virus right into the alien mothership with his Mac and the stolen folders.
I was there when you guys saw it. Because I remember when the dog jumped out of the flames, you guys went, yeah! Before the alien goo came through and burnt everything up. With what's her name? What was the girl's name? When she took Will Smith's wife in it. I can't remember her name though. Vernita Green. So she grabs him and then they're like, what was the dog's name? Scrappy or something? Scrappy, no! And then the dog jumps out of the flames and you guys went, yeah! I remember that in the theater. Because you guys would go sit up front. But we never did because I was like, I don't want to look at it like that.
We were not at that point being very sincere with our cheers.
Did you? Yeah, I got the joke there. I just thought it was funny you both cheered like that. I thought everyone else in the theater was going to jump up. Did you kick them across the theater?
That whole movie.
Talk shit.
What?
No, I didn't hit the child, Jelly. Talk shit and get hit. Yeah, that's what they should have known. That's when you lean in and tell. Go ahead.
What's that?
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm not trying to stay all topical and everything with Will Smith here. I do remember going to the movies with Jay, and I think the hardest we laughed at any trailer was for iRobot. You remember that?
Yeah, before Kill Bill or some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like every shot in the trailer made me laugh. The both of us laugh.
It's not a good movie. But
you realize that's the guy who did Dark City? We love Dark City. Dark City was amazing. And we thought like Dark City was like he was gonna get like huge because he had just done The Crow before that. And you guys had your mixed history with The Crow.
I don't like The Crow.
And then, but it was just Dark City. He just had one really great movie in him.
Ben
apparently.
Affleck directed Argo and won an Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Director for that. Do you know that?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah. It's like his second, isn't it? He wrote one. Second movie he got a bunch of awards for.
What was the first one? That fucking town movie?
No, Good Will Hunting. He wrote it with Matt Damon.
He didn't direct that.
Yeah, but they got an Oscar for Best Screenplay, and it won Best Picture.
I mean, like he directed.
Oh, I don't know. Argo, I guess, is the only one he directed. I think.
I think he did that fucking town movie before it, which was very Ben Afflecky. Like it seemed to be all right, and then you get annoyed, but it's all right. That's Ben Affleck in a nutshell to me.
He do that Manchester by the sea.
No, that's what's his name. That's kind of the brother, Casey. That's Casey and.
When
whatever.
you lean in and tell the kid you banged his mom and she was just as disappointing as his dad said she was. That's cruel, Jelly. Cruel to the child, but he didn't know how his volume. That's why I didn't beat the shit out of him. Maybe I should have.
Always reading things. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It's delayed. They're still thinking about the because I didn't read it in time. They're still thinking about the little kid at the theater.
It's just gone on this hate rant in your comments. You should say when you're reading comments.
I'm reading comments. You want me to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we can't see your.
I'm reading comments. LOL. LOL.
I went to the movies with Jay once, and he had a taco in his pocket. He sat on it.
Why did you do that? Explain that. Why you brought a taco to the movie theater and sat on it in your pocket.
Well, clearly, I meant to snort it, and I ran out of opportunities to do so. So I tried to stick it up my ass, and that didn't work either.
What kind of a taco? Like Taco Bell taco?
Probably
No.
Mighty Taco.
Mighty's, right, the Super Saver.
Mighty Taco, Mighty Taco.
I was talking about that the other day on here. How we used to go to Super Saver. I think, what did I go with you guys like twice? But you guys used to go all the time, didn't you?
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah.
We go like for 3 things in a row or whatever.
Yeah. I remember seeing
That's
them.
great.
I think it was Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs. I'm pretty sure it was Pulp Fiction we went to go see at that theater.
Yeah.
We must have seen that. Yeah.
Romy and Michelle.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
That insane Jet Li movie. You remember The Mask, Black Mask?
I saw Rumble in the
was
Bronx
my
with you
first
guys. I remember that.
Rumble in the Bronx. Yeah.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff. Young Poisoner's Handbook was at the fancy art one in Amherst. I gotta get back on it. Ben's living on downtown now, like Elmwood. So.
In Buffalo?
Yeah, he's right on it. Elmwood's where you be, man, if you're gonna live there.
I never lived in Buffalo.
My Nightburg office was 2 blocks over from Elmwood, so we're always on. Elmwood's awesome. That's where a lot of Sabres players rent places on Elmwood.
Yeah.
What happened? Okay.
What happened? I'm listening to the music here. I'm easily distracted right now. Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Boys, Jar Jar? What do you think of Jar Jar?
Not the worst ever character. I mean, he's necessary. He's like us, right? He's the viewer. He's like the one who's like, he's a fucking protagonist, man. Like, as much as we might not want to think so, that's what we'd be like. They're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home and stuff like that.
I was confused the entire time.
That's how it reads to me.
I didn't know what he was. I don't know what he was saying. He's a Sith Lord.
Responsible for, sending the Republic into the clutches politically.
There's a theory. There's a fan theory that he is actually a Sith Lord because he sets into motion everything going on.
Because he just survives through everything and hey man, sometimes luck. I think that's a Han Solo shit.
He was homeless, and now he's a senator. He was kicked out of his little underwater colony.
He's a fuck up.
And then became a senator of a planet.
Jar Jar Binks was a senator?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 2.
He replaced Padme, didn't he? Or the other, what's his name?
He's the representative to Padme's senator in 2 and 3. And when she leaves to go deal with shit, she puts him in charge, and he's the one who brings forward, because Palpatine gets it into his ear, to nominate Palpatine.
But they're saying that he did it because he knew what he was doing. That's the theory.
I don't think that's very supported, but I do think it's very interesting, and it's kind of crazy. I don't think that it's possible it's conscious, but it's a weird character, and not the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The movies support it.
It's feasible.
He's like Inspector Clouseau. He really is. He's Inspector Clouseau. Like, Clouseau solves all these cases. He's a national hero of France, but anybody knows him personally can't stand him and stays away from him as much as possible for their own safety.
The Pink Panther.
Yeah, in the Pink Panther movies. That's exactly what Jar Jar... You can't understand what he's saying. It's a bizarre accent even for where he is and stuff. He's scrambled brains, but he has a very strong sense of like doing the right thing and being a good person. And I think that that's essentially a comic character, but it could be very tragic.
A lot of people just didn't like the accent of the character.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's
he is the most hated Star Wars character ever. You know that, right?
That's what I'm trying to think. Yes, there's a particular one. That's worse.
Just annoying to the audience, I think.
Yeah.
He was just he was in his Stormwatch days or something.
Stormwatch.
He was trying to throw out every possible stereotype of people he didn't like at that time. So.
Oh, you think so? George Lucas did that? What's up, Mars Roby?
Jamaican people, Jewish people, Japanese people.
See, George Lucas is a fucker, and nobody believes me when I say that.
Episode 1 has it all.
I really think he is. I don't like him as a person. Yeah, he made Star Wars, but all the decisions he made around that, I don't like him. I've been saying that for years.
You know what's really interesting to me? To meet people who are a little bit younger than us. So they're in their like mid-30s, who are hardcore Willow fans, which is a strange movie for me to have as like your favorite movie from childhood. But there's like, I have several friends up here who are like 34, 35, 36, and they are diehard Willow fans.
They're fucking insane. They're fucking insane.
It's not that good a movie. And I like Ron Howard. Val Kilmer and Joanne Whaley Kilmer by themselves. And what's his name? The dude who does all the fight scenes in the Indiana Jones movies. Oh, Pat Roach. the former British wrestler. He's got that big role in it.
Oh, the guy with the skull thing on his face?
Yeah. Yes. Other than that, those three, that movie is almost unwatchable at times.
You know, what do you call it? Willow was okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm out of cabbage and too sober for this convo. We don't have to stick on Star Wars. It doesn't matter to me. We can talk about George Lucas, how much I hate George Lucas.
I'm not, listen, fucking creative people are crazy shits.
I don't like Howard the fucking Duck. I don't like how he lied about how he said he wrote all the movies, but he really just only wrote one, with maybe a little couple of the characters written down on a piece of notebook pad.
No, I mean, he wrote a.
I don't like the whole toy debacle about how he didn't make any new movies because of the fucking didn't want to give up a percentage of the new movies to Kenner, so he waited until they released the toy line rights and then decided to make these other movies and then blamed it on computer technology. After Terminator 2 had been out for what, 8 years? Abyss had been out for what, 12? James Cameron didn't have a problem, but George Lucas had a problem with technology. Nobody wants to defend George Lucas here. That's what I was setting up, but.
No, I mean, the dude's very specifically skilled at what he's done, and I don't know enough about. I'm tired of. If somebody does something to like real shitty or whatever, then fine, fuck them. I don't have the time to be like kind of nice people versus kind of dickish people. Otherwise, if I don't know him.
All the movies he directed were bad. But it's Star Wars. The ones that he didn't direct were way better.
Red Tails. It's a weird movie to like.
Is that the cartoon
the one? About the fighter pilot one. That was, I thought, had some really good sequences, and the bad sequences, which are like kind of boring on the ground ones, went by pretty painlessly. And I actually liked it as a good, like giving us different things we haven't seen before. And
Young Indiana Jones tales.
I mean, that's a separate thing. Like that's a synthesis with Spielberg that made they were better than. Yes.
What do you think about the Willow TV show that's coming out on Disney Plus?
Does it have Warwick Davis? He's around.
I don't know. I've just seen the logo. It says they're coming out.
Huh?
Does it have a little person with giant hands?
I don't know. He does have some big hands on him.
I bet that dude could thumb wrestle.
What do you think about all the peripherals to Star Wars now? Your Boba Fett shows, you got your Mandalorian shows, you got your other movies, the story of,
So
Solo.
Matt, I know you and I are both fans of both Rogue One and Solo. Like, I really liked Rogue One. Really, really liked it. And
I only liked it for like the last 5 minutes, really.
Really?
It doesn't hold my attention that much. I like the beginning scene and stuff. I think it's a good movie, but it just doesn't hold my attention like the other one.
The only thing I don't like about it is I feel like they wasted a little bit of Forrest Whitaker's charisma. That is such a weird character, and I don't know.
He's Ghost Dog.
I feel like, what?
He's Ghost Dog.
Yeah, he's Ghost Dog, man. He's like the shit, and I feel like they kind of didn't maximally use him to his capacity. But I thought the rest of it had a really good flow and was tight and was a different type of movie while still definitely being a Star Wars movie. And I liked a lot of the little performances in it. And I also liked the fact that it didn't make a big deal out of every scene. Like something that assaulted my... I remember watching the first scene of 8. And it was like Oscar Isaac's a really interesting actor, and you don't have any context for why it's what's happening is what's happening. And that's fine. It's a really beautifully shot scene. It's very exciting. This is when they are doing a fighter bomber assault from their flotilla.
That was cool.
And it's fantastic, right? And you get back and he's getting yelled at. And then you realize that this is somehow we fast forwarded in time, not only past the end of the fucking Death Star, but past the end of Death Star 2 or whatever the fuck we're supposed to call it in 7. And somehow this is it. This is the entirety of the rebellion. This is the entirety of the New Republic. Somehow is this flotilla, and then they did a freaking assault on an inessential fleet and lost half their ships. And at that point, I checked out. I got real mad. Rogue One to me doesn't have that. Rogue One does not have things that make that just slaps your face for being.
It's a bunch of putting your finger in a bunch of plot holes, and like, let's do this that nobody's seen before. That's all those other movies are. That last Star Wars is the worst one, because why did they
9?
do that? Yeah, 9.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't even put the 3 main characters we all wanted to see. I didn't even realize this, together in any of these movies. You never saw the 3 of them together going, oh, how we doing? You know, oh, now you owe me one. They never did any of that, which everyone was waiting for. Why? Why would they not do that?
I didn't watch 9, but I remember
9 is not
8
good.
and
It's
being
too fast, and it's just it ties up all these loose ends and adds new shit in, and just leaves a whole bunch of questions. And
John Bodega was really, I can't remember the character's name. He was like almost definitely the most interesting thing about 7. Like, he's the Turclote stormtrooper, you know, and he is fantastic, and he was such an interesting part of 7 because it's that same giving the viewer somebody that they can identify with, that's like at our power level instead of super high power level. It's somebody who's just trying to survive and stuff. And then
I thought he was going to be a Jedi too. The way they set it up. I
don't think that. But 8, he's a freaking mascot, man. Not only do they casually kill off Admiral Akbar and like every other non-human person in that explosion for no goddamn reason other than ooh lols or whatever. But you have this this most interesting character from 7, and he's literally a freaking mascot for the whole fucking movie. He doesn't get shit to do. What the?
Well, at the end, he kind of did that kamikaze thing, and then she stopped him.
One thing. After just standing
he
around,
did more than Luke.
Character development,
did more than Luke did, didn't he? Which is in a Star Wars movie, I thought was surprising. Yes, because we have no cabbage, not to stream. Us as people. Yes, that must be horrible. I'm sorry, Jelly, and Mars will be. Bless you both. May the Force be with you.
There's a cabbage shortage.
Oh.
Over there. But if neither of you guys saw 9 at all,
I did not see 9.
It's a flash fuck, things flying in front of your face every second. Like, you can't even focus on anything. It's so fast. They're just like, we have to make this the biggest roller coaster. And I just thought it got lame.
Did Johnson direct that too?
I don't know who the fuck directed it. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I didn't really sit there until the end.
Somebody in your comments, because I don't want to look it up.
I don't want to look it up either. You got a cell phone, right?
I don't know.
Who knows who directed part 9? Or cares to Google it? I'm very busy over here with my
I only have
broadcast.
landline.
I forgot what I was saying.
Who's John Bodega?
He's
Finn. The black dude from Star Wars Part 7. That was the stormtrooper.
He's a black stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Okay.
The actor. I can't remember what the freaking character's name
What's
is.
his name?
Finn.
John Bodega?
I'm pretty sure, right? Is my memory...
It was his name was a number. He didn't really have a name. He just had a number.
No. The actor's name.
Anthony Bodega, right?
That's what I thought.
Like the stores people go to?
Yeah.
A Bodega.
Yeah.
Stores?
Yeah.
That wasn't his name in the movie. That's his name, and he could have picked it. I don't know. Who knows what celebrity's real name is?
Sounds like a really bad porn star, John Bodega.
Or a really good one. I don't know. You get what you need at the bodega.
Yeah.
Is any porn star's name ever really a good name though?
Man,
go,
that guy,
I want that guy to sell me a mortgage.
Dick
what?
Steele.
Dick Steele.
Yeah,
That's not good, you know. It's just. Would you buy? I mean, what name would inspire you in a pornography film?
A male?
Yeah, you go, wow, that's a nice name. Any of them?
I can't really say that one springs to mind, sir.
Me neither.
Look at that.
Sorry, can't provide that content on this particular subject.
I couldn't tell you the name. Remington Steele.
That's a TV show. That's a real.
No, that's the
person,
guy's
damn
name.
it.
That is one. It was from a long time ago. That's the only one I remember.
But that's a real TV show or whatever.
Slitherland, thank you for the raid. 15 viewers, thank you very much. We are here doing a Star Wars. We're talking about how much we don't like Star Wars and how much we don't like Star Wars in different ways.
That's not true. That's...
Not really don't like the Star Wars. How was your stream? Good to, this is just as good as the pickle. Yes. I try to do the cosplay thing. I wore a pickle costume on someone else's stream. Because they like when I dress up. You're dressed up too there, Cowboy Jay, aren't you?
I sure am.
Yeehaw. Thanks for the raid, though. I appreciate it. Were you playing
Halo Boone.
Dead by
What's his
Daylight?
name? Cad Bane. I'm dressed as Cad Bane, but you don't recognize it because I'm the wrong species.
We love a good yeehaw, she says. Hello, Chaotic Lee. I know you from the secret Tea Party Discord chat. Some Dead by Daylight tonight? Yeah, good. Taking a break in the action to interact with the chat, gentlemen.
Understand.
We love the secret Tea Party. Every time I try, they have a secret room. Very exclusive. Where people tell secrets and rumors.
His house is on fire.
I don't know. What's all that smoke coming from? What's that all about?
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
What the hell were we talking
You have a
about?
smoke detector in there?
Oh, I hope not.
Your cowboy
No.
hat fell off, man. If you're going to talk about Star Wars, you got to with the cowboy hat. So, yes, where I want drama. I'm searching for drama all the time across all of Discord and different places. But I try to share my own drama, and everybody's like, that kind of sucks. That's not even worth it. That's what they told me. I can't top the drama there. My titty is itching, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, so let's get back on track here. Yeah, I share other people's drama. That's right. I go digging for other people's. I'm such a gossip queen in the DMs. You guys know this.
We know.
So number 9, I did not enjoy at all. I thought it was a bunch of crap. I like that. I like the character though. What's her name? What's the name of the girl in the Daisy? Daisy Ridley is her name in real life. What's her name in the movie?
Ray.
Ray. I like her. I think they could have made it way better. Yeah. But really, I was bothered. They never put together the 3 original, with the 2 droids and shit all together in those last. There was not one scene where they're all together. Like in all the other movies, where they throw them together and they gotta go, That didn't disappoint you guys at all?
Like where they're sitting in the front of the Millennium Falcon together?
Yeah, nothing like that. They didn't take off from anywhere. Oh, you brought literature. That's making you look really cool doing. People are like, wow, that guy has a book about Star Wars. Wow. But I'll tell you what I did like. I mean, we talk about all what we don't like. Let's talk about what we do like. Let's get positive.
Did you like Solo?
Yes, I did. I liked when the Wookiee was down in the mud pit and they met each other for the first time, fighting their way away from the jailhouse. That's how they met, man. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's hard to do this. You have just an ongoing spoiler alert for all these, right?
Pretty much.
All right.
If you haven't seen them by now, I doubt you're going to see them.
Yeah.
Who's saving
off
them?
The bar.
Maybe you are. If you are, I'm sorry. The next thing I'd like to discuss.
You've been warned.
Yeah, spoiler alert, the whole fucking thing.
I enjoyed a lot of the sequences in Solo a lot. I liked how people moved and the physics. That sounds weird, but like how the vehicles moved and stuff. It felt very Star Wars-y, where it's just, you know, somewhat different physics from our galaxy reality or whatever here. I like the train heist very much.
I want to do something here, though. Can I stop you there to do something? I would like to shout out Mr. Slytherin for the raid here. Hang on.
Nearly.
Should probably put that in a better spot.
There we go, nice. I actually would rather hook the David for that because he's closer to a survivor. What a shot that was, by the way.
That's Slytherin. He came in with a bunch of people. Lord Dreaming. Shout her out too. I don't know how to move the little box where it's supposed to be. So terrified.
It's chasing me. It's chasing me.
It's just a game, Lord. Damn. Just a little game. A silly little game.
Forgetting this scene from Star Wars. It's when the Jedi sorority house gets pranked and then killed off one by one.
That's not Star Wars. That's not
furry.
Star Wars, you silly. Oh, I missed the whole clip there.
Alderaan slumber party.
That was I don't know. I'm not a movie fucking encyclopedia. Who has time? All right.
IMDb.
There's a lot of weight in IMDb. You know that? A lot of weight to it that I didn't even know. I liked Solo though. I thought that was a good one. I liked the Lando Calrissian as a younger man meeting up with him, and that they didn't like each other. They weren't fast friends.
I thought that aspects that they were working to like get to why the Millennium Falcon of when we know it acts the way it does was a little bit reachy, but I did think that the bots, I thought that the bot in Rogue One and the bot in Solo were two of the best characters, period. They were fantastic. They were great, I hated the roller freaking bot BB or whatever the heck it was from 7, 8, 9. But those
He was
two
for the
from
kids.
Rogue
He was
One-
cute for the kids, man.
It literally, I don't know how you pull off having R2 have discernible contempt in scenes with that thing, but that freaking...
Well, he's the older generation. The older generation always looks down on the younger generation.
No, it was literally a poochie. It was literally, we need something that is wild to the extreme, and blah, blah, blah. It's hideous. Everything about 7 was that poochie episode of freaking Simpsons.
Pretty much.
Can you
A
bring
lot
up
too many
150%
throwbacks. They're doing too many
more
throwbacks in movies now, man. And that's another point I had is, do we have to have all these questions answered for every damn character that's ever been in a Star Wars movie? Do they have to have their own series?
Yes.
You like that?
Yeah.
You wanted to know?
I wanted to know.
Why is that? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I wanted to hear what your take is on it.
The head of the Disney Corporation. That's called money on the table, my friend.
Probably. You're right.
Mr. Eisner, ladies and gentlemen, he has pranked us all.
Have they even paid? Do you think they've made the money back that they bought it for yet?
See, it doesn't matter anymore because they've entered into the realm of hyper-accelerated loans on loans to develop the new thing, and it just keeps going until it pops. Like the whole Star Wars Disney World thing, add-on, Disneyland, whatever, is so much. It's whatever it is, of $1 billion, and at some point they'll be getting close to have made that back, but by that point they'll have invested in the next thing and stuff. It's just a inflationary scheme that you do with investment dollars.
Do you think there's too much content now?
I think that you have an ability to maintain quality standards up to a point, and then once you go past that point, it's out of your control.
Like, let's say they just had the Mandalorian right now. That was it. Say that was the end, all of the new stuff right now, and then you had nothing but that, and you had to just wait on that to come out next year. But instead, they're kind of plugging in these little ones in between.
And here's the thing, that works short term. But as Frank Herbert once said, in this changeable universe, the only certainty is that short-term expediency leads to long-term disaster. And
that's a good point. Good point.
If they keep diluting their brand product, which had been for so many people a high level of standard and quality, way up here, if they keep diluting it and Marvel's dealing with it too on a lesser scale, then suddenly people don't care. And not only do you have a dip, you have a total depression. You have a total bottoming out to a new bottom plateau. And that's what they could face in about 3 to 5 years. Exhaustion is the term. It's happened before.
They didn't rest their brand, I think. You got to make people want it. You have to go out on top and make people want more. They're talking about redoing those last 3 movies.
Who cares?
Are we going to live to see these last 3 movies?
I mean, I agree with you. We should look at like the positive because Mandalorian had a lot of fun stuff to it. Mandalorian was frequently delightful. I'm not as opposed to Book of Boba Fett as others are.
I haven't seen all of it yet. That's kind of why I'm saying, oh, there's too much. Because if I haven't seen something from Star Wars yet, like, come on. I'm a Star Wars fan.
It's where we are now. I mean, we're saying this, but like, you know, Episode 4, Episode 5, Episode 6, 1, 2, 3, they're all just over 2 hours, right, of our time. That's not much. Like, that's 2 episodes and a half of a show or whatever, you know? It's a movie. So they're not doing 20 episode seasons. Like, I felt like Mandalorian had the right, like the sort of post HBO season length of like 8-10 episodes or whatever. I think fits it. You still run into stuff where it can feel inflated. I really wish there was the possibility to have like seasons that were 6 episodes or 11. Just like there's the possibility now to have, you know, episode length that could be 32 minutes or could be 71 minutes or whatever.
I wish that those last 3 movies they made were more like The Mandalorian was. Looked like it. Seemed like it, because The Mandalorian was good because it went back and did Star Wars the way that we liked it. Instead of being too fast, practical sets, practical effects. And there's no, well, there is the Jedi in it, right? Towards the end. Of the second season.
It's still something that they have, it's its own feel, but it feels good. In a very silly, basic way, we recognize it because it's got the same edit rhythm, it's got the same lighting, it's got the same treatment of violence, and it's got the same sort of excitement. And those are like really baseline things for how we react to entertainment.
What do you think?
That people don't. I think something that eludes a lot of the people that are making the latter movies is that Star Wars has a lot of aesthetic appeal on its own, and so people kind of just want to. They're fine just watching the world,
Yeah, I agree with that.
immersed in that world. So you don't need all of this fast jump cut editing and everything.
That makes you kind of ill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel I like just to do a quick comparison to something we had mentioned. The new 4 whatever Godzilla movies, I think have had success because they've had a similar thing in terms of having a feel in terms of rhythm and presence of the original Toa Godzilla ones, albeit looking very realistic or bigger or whatever. But there's something where those were appealing because of what their rhythm and nature was. And it's not just like a retro or throwback. It's like how a specific type of poem should be. A sonnet needs to be a sonnet. A haiku needs to be a haiku. And people don't want you to be like, well, what if a haiku is 8, 10, 1 syllables? Huh?
Yes, Jelly. Just celebrating her. Is this one too loud? The music just ran out and went into something that was bizarre, so I kind of sort of zoned out to everything that you were saying there. That's all right. But I know what you're talking about, where it has this familiar, it has to keep the familiar attitude to it, or it turns into something else. That last one was not a Star Wars movie, it doesn't even seem like. But then again, they don't care about us seeing it. They want children to see it. And children have different attention spans now. We always have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But did they have anything really cool in it? I was like, man, not really.
All right. Are you reading stuff?
Get hype about Godzilla. That's the last comment.
What?
Get hype about Godzilla.
Hype about Godzilla?
Yeah. They want to do this about Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Jelly says she wants to get hype about Godzilla.
All right. Well, let's do that in the future, and you guys can watch maybe 1 or 2 or 3. You like those? The new ones are really funny. Really
I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't seen the new one. I want it to look like a guy in a suit, though. I don't want it to look like a monster. I want it to look CGI monster. I want it to be a guy in a suit jumping on models and stuff. That's what I enjoy.
get that, but it's a little bit like they build up the physics in like so the first one is we'll get off it. The first one's enough like the first 1955 Godzilla, where it looks like You Are There type stuff. That's what the first Godzilla does so well. It's really good photography. Like it doesn't look like a guy in a suit. It looks says, really weird.
I cry every time Mothra is around, to be honest. She likes Mothra.
Mothra.
The fuck are you doing?
All right, we'll have to do it.
Moving on.
How about the other shows, the animated shows? Did you watch any of the animated shows?
Not really.
Either of you?
Nah, there's too much.
No.
I
don't watch any cartoons, almost none.
I watched most of the Clone Wars. I really enjoyed the guy who did Powerpuff Girls, who created Powerpuff Girls, did this like short series just called Clone Wars, very confusingly, but it looks like the Powerpuff Girls. But it was like in terms of animation. Huh?
That's what you watched?
I love that. That was only like 10 episodes. It was really short. And then there was like the 7 or 8 or whatever the seasons of the
there's too much. I can't go back through all that.
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot.
It's overwhelming. There's so much. That's kind of what I was talking about before. They're going to fill up Disney Plus now with a whole bunch of Star Wars shows I'm never going to watch because there's too much. Yeah. And I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I want it to be rare.
Some good stuff. Well, here's the thing, is there was like a couple of things out of that series that creeped into the movies. Ahsoka Tano, or like guy in the Mandalorian. Like she's played by Rosario Dawson. Like she was that character in growing up or whatever.
Yeah. I liked her in
So
there.
there
Rosario
was-
Dawson.
And honestly, the whole Mandalorian culture, as it is in The Mandalorian, was set up in the Clone Wars. There's a lot of episodes specifically about Mandalore, the breakdown, and the disaster that happened that led to the Mandalorian later on.
Yeah, the Star Wars shows that he was supposed to produce for 20 years but never came out. They've been talking
Better
about
than
that forever.
The
There's supposed to be
Ewok
a
Adventure.
Star Wars TV show, but they never did
Do
it.
you guys remember the Ewok Adventure?
The cartoon? I don't recognize that as canon.
That live action freaking TV
Oh yeah,
show,
the straight to
the Ewok
VHS
Adventure
thing.
with Wilford Brimley. Do you remember this season?
Brimley.
No, I don't
Wilford
remember.
Brimley in the Ewok Adventure. The family crashes on freaking what the hell the Ewoks?
The Forest Moon of Endor.
Endor. And like it's just this human idiot family from California or wherever the fuck equivalent is. And like Wilford Brimley's there. He's just this old like survivalist who's been out there.
Talking
And
about
Ewoks are
diabetes.
nearby. It's weird, man. It's not good.
The Ewoks are being ravished by diabetes.
So he was there to help him with the
From
Yeah.
eating all the stormtrooper meat.
yeah.
And Wilford is there to help him.
We can't really
Am I on
talk
the right
about
track?
the video games, can we? You guys play any video games?
have your questions. So did I. But listen, diabetes is no life matter.
You gotta be
I can't
fatter.
do a Wilford
Can you
Brimley
make
to save
yourself
my life.
fatter for
No,
that
I can't.
impersonation? Can you?
Huh?
Can you make yourself fatter to do that impersonation? Like in cartoons? Oh, I don't want to do this, but I have to pee. Anybody else
Oh,
have to go to
Jesus.
the bathroom?
Don't do it on camera.
Don't.
No.
We can't see him. He may be doing it right now.
I'm gonna do this though. I'll be right
Don't
back.
take your pants off on camera again, man. Man, don't do it. Man. We're gonna hear him peeing in about 5 seconds. Okay, I think I've got this muted. Okay.
Put up a screen of a guy going to the toilet.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a very dangerous search term. I just realized as I typed that in. Not for home. We've all got music. YouTube, you're failing me. It's disastrous television. Disastrous.
Somebody needs to get slapped to bring the ratings back up.
I know
I'm in Vermont. So.
sometimes. Why did you do that, man? Just can you hide it, please?
What? I don't know what you.
I don't even know what you're talking about either. My
I
favorite
don't
part
know.
of the stream is when he goes to the bathroom. Me too. Thank you, ladies. I can do it again too.
Just give you 15 minutes.
Yeah. I think what it is really, I was thinking, I'm like, am I dying? Is my prostate about to explode? But what it is you smoke these Views menthol things and they dry your mouth out. So then you start drinking more water. Then you have to pee more. So what do you do about that?
Yeah, I know, Sheriff.
You still smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
You do? You didn't quit?
Yeah.
What about
No,
you, Aaron?
I've been at like 6 a day basically for 12 years now or something.
Jesus. 6?
Yep.
No, I would smoke a pack a day.
I know.
Then into the
That's
next
why
one.
You had to quit.
Yeah.
I do sports, all that fucking shit. You know, smoke other things, get the lungs wet. I hack it all out each morning.
All right. Music just went bizarre for me. Oh my God, the cabbage pasties are real. This song sucks. I don't think I can listen to this. This is an unlistenable song.
You got your player piano MIDI card going for you.
I just picked out the damn off of YouTube lo-fi Star Wars. I don't know if it's royalty free or what. This whole thing might be muted. We don't know yet. But I'm trying to keep on the track of Star Wars. Let's just so really, when you think about it, if we talk about what we've established, is we don't really hate Star Wars at all.
Who said we hated Star Wars?
I put it in the title.
Oh, you tricked people, didn't you, you son of a bitch?
Well, I thought you got up and left the Star Wars movies.
No, I got up and left Lord of the Rings.
Why not Star Wars?
I might have left 8. I remember the end, so I think I came back, but I think I just left it to go use the John and then casually strolled around for a while. I was in no hurry to come back.
Yeah.
So I think I
that really sucks.
missed like 20, 30 minutes.
You ever do that though? You have to go see a movie you don't really want to see, and then you're about a half hour in and you're like, I hate this. I don't even want to watch it. So then you get up and go to the bathroom and go wandering.
Yeah. Look into other movies that have started already.
Yeah.
I like that. I like finding out new things about like movies I wouldn't have tried before. But I walked out of Lord of the Rings because fuck that shit and wandered.
What was your
in
biggest
after,
problem
like,
with that?
All right. I'll give you the quick answer is this. When he was going to make his first movie, John Huston wanted to make Maltese Falcon. And he talked to Howard Hawks. And he said, I'd love to make Maltese Falcon, but I can't do that because it's been made twice since it came out 10 years ago. And Hawks basically said, no, it hasn't. And he's like, yeah, it was made in 32 and it was made in 34. He's like, they didn't use the book. They didn't use any of the dialogue. That's why people bought the damn book. It's a book from one of the greatest English writers of all time. And Jackson just casually
Let me read
throws
stuff.
out every single line of dialogue.
Let me read stuff right here.
It is
Laura, I've only seen the first two. Welcome, Sad Gibberish. What's the first two you've only seen? Jelly walked out of Romeo and Juliet.
Which one?
Did your friend say he walked out of Lord of the Rings? Yes. Yes, he did. She said she walked out of Romeo and Juliet. She didn't like that. I guess I'm assuming the Leonardo
95
DiCaprio
one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I can see that. I liked it, but I can see walking out of that if it catches you in the wrong movie. It's a crazy ass movie.
I've only seen the first two Star Wars movies. Is that episode 1 and 2? The one with Claire, yeah, Jelly, the 95 one. I didn't like it too much.
I can see walking out of it.
I don't really like when they put Shakespeare in modern times.
Quick recommendation is Richard III from Ian McKellen. A
couple years
15
ago
or 20 years ago, and it's like set in World War II, and it's Richard III being going after the throne and kind of allying with Nazi Germany, but it's really good. It's really fun.
But in the wrong order, so. But in the wrong order, so you would understand it. See, that's another thing too. Like if somebody says, "I've never seen Star Wars before," which one do you start them out with? What do you think, Jay? Which should be their first one to see?
That's that. I don't know if I have a solid answer to that. I think 1 through 6, but I can definitely see showing
1 through 3. You mean? Or yeah, one,
And I mean,
1 through 3.
through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I can see 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
I would say the opposite of that. I would say start with 4, 5, 6, and then do 1, 2, 3.
When you see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like from scratch, which is not possible for us, so we have to do it like imagination.
So I can only say how much I liked it coming from the 4, 5, 6 starting. That's why I say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, like, the whole through line ends up being this very interesting thing of like the failure of ego, the failure of self, and then being able to be born again, be lifted up by something greater
By
than
dying.
yourself. His love.
He died.
Essentially. Yeah.
Every time he tried to do something for people he loved, he died. So he got screwed over big time. Or came close to dying.
That's some people's lot in life is tough. What is that? That may be the aspect. Like
he tried. He set out with good motivation. He was like, "My wife is going to die. I have to save her."
Terrible.
And look what happened.
Destinations can come of good intentions, unfortunately.
And
if
then
you
at
don't
the,
make the right his decisions continue to be selfish. And as much as it doesn't seem like it, it was. To save Padme was selfish. To do each of his steps was selfish. And the series of good intentions leads to his damnation and damnation of the Republic, because he's the one who allows it to occur.
All with good
He's
intentions.
the tipping point power-wise.
Yeah, all with good intentions. Everybody who's trying to didn't think they were evil in it, except for the one guy who made it all happen.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
And even Palpatine thought he was doing something in terms of like order.
Good question, said Gibberish. Any thoughts on how they showed Luke in The Mandalorian? I gotta start using this pin function.
I didn't mind it, and I frankly also didn't mind them what they did in Rogue One with Moff Tarkin. Peter Cushing I really like as an actor. It was a bit weird. That's where they like recreate him with CGI. I don't know. It's a weird.
What do you think?
It's a question that's not settled. It's weird.
What do you think,
Aaron?
Aaron? You didn't mind it? What do you think, Aaron?
I don't like that stuff.
You want the real people?
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley? I thought it was great. He looks sort of like him, but I suspended my animation suspended my imagination pretty much like I always have with these movies if something wasn't quite right. But when he showed up, man, I didn't cry, but I was like, I got the chills, that I love to get when I see something cool happen in a movie. You get kind of emotional because you see it, and then it's like, I said that to someone in a tweet before the show was over. I was like, I bet you his little broadcast there, Baby Yoda's little broadcast I'm like, I bet you I thought he would find Kylo Ren and Luke, but then it's like, that's a little too early.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, to me...
Wait a second. Let's see what the chat has to say. I've seen all but the last 2 Star Wars movies, which is a lot of people have done that, Rovi. After they get disappointed, they don't go back for more, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, the brand gets ruined, man.
But my braid doesn't hold on to shitty memories, too. Right. I mind it very much. Same with my sister. She thought the actor was coming back when she showed the right. It was super sad when it was that. So didn't like Luke coming back. I liked him coming back because that brought an emotional end to their relationship. Because we wanted him to go around and have adventures with him as the little baby Yoda forever. We never wanted it to end. And the only person I think we would have let it end it had to be Luke Skywalker. But I predicted that, but then I was like, I'm kind of crazy saying this.
Good prediction. I thought it made sense thematically. Here's what I'm going to like to what you said.
Well, wait a second here. What if it was just a different actor and they didn't try to make him look like a young Luke? Would you liked it better?
I feel like I wouldn't have liked that as much because Mark Hamill's alive. So to me, and this gets into like some stuff where I'm defending Scorsese after he was a bit of an idiot about this, but like it's a makeup job to an extent for me.
Yeah.
Like, he's alive, it's his performance, and it's a makeup job, like if he was an alien, an overlay to make him be able to be younger version of himself. And like, that's all this stuff that he was like Scorsese was doing with the Irishman.
Wasn't it cool though when he was fighting all the robots, all the battle droids that they were scaring us with and showing different ones for several episodes, and he comes back and just slices right through them. It's not even an issue to him.
Yeah.
He was just like, well, I have a meeting. Let me destroy all these guys. Then it shows you how badass Luke really was that we never saw before either.
I thought it was a good, I did think it was a good solution. I feel weirder about the Peter Cushing type in Rogue One because he's dead. And he doesn't get the ability to say, this is my performance, don't mess with it, or do what you want.
What about Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator?
I didn't mind that because, again, it's a makeup job to me. Like, it's him doing it. And if it looks bad, then that's bad CGI, just like it's bad makeup.
So, wait a minute. Are you coming from the place where it doesn't bother you or it did bother you?
It's not if it's the actor doing a younger version via CGI, because I'm saying it's a new form of makeup. If they do the performance right, then it's good. If the CGI or their performance is bad, then it looks stupid. Like Looper. Did you see Looper?
No, I never saw Looper.
All right, so that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis. It might be like Bruce Willis's last. I hope he does well. I'm sorry to hear about the aphasia and stuff. That's too bad.
I don't know what.
He apparently has aphasia, so it's where you have trouble with your language capacity. So it's like a form
of
dementia. This? Bruce Willis.
Oh.
So he's not going to be acting anymore. And there's
you know who else retired? Like today from acting?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Correct, Aaron. Correct.
Will Smith resigned from the Academy, and I don't even know what that means or if that has any consequence whatsoever.
They probably have a membership to it, like a Netflix type thing, where if they want to ever win, they have to be in this club. And they probably have to. You know those stars they put on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? That they have to pay for those. That's what's. So some people don't have them, and you're like, well, they're such a good actor. Like, they don't want to be Hollywood like that. Love the droids. I read that. Yeah, I like the battle droids too. But what else? I didn't mind. I liked the end of it right there, and I got a little emotional there. I didn't cry, but I was just like, I liked how they wrapped it up. I was sad, but then I was happy at the same time. And what else can you ask for?
Yeah. They stuck the landing.
But bringing back dead people via CGI, I don't know if that's a good. Where does it end? Yeah, do you have to audition against somebody who's already been an actor and is dead now? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, immediately when I said it, I liked it in Rogue One, but it's weird as fuck. And if they're dead, you have to recast. That's it. It's weird under any circumstance, but you have to recast.
I just wanted more Grogu. Reading the chat here. You guys don't have the stream open?
I've got it.
Nobody has the stream open to see this?
How are we supposed to see the stream?
Click that link.
Hit the
link. It would make a lot more sense when I'm talking to the people that are typing.
It's got a delay on it, Jay, but it'll give you a little bit more of an idea of what's going on.
Where's the link?
Boom. In general. Boom.
Okay.
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 You're not going to see anything now, though, because if you just tune in, you won't. Well, you see it on the sides. Or... Let me adjust this. So, 2 likes for it and 1 like against it. Okay. You have to turn it down. You have to mute it though.
I thought I did.
You didn't.
It's
Don't
muted.
turn it down. You have to mute it. All right, it should be good now. But
I'm in an ad. It's true.
yeah, it's gonna play 30 seconds for an ad. Every time you sign on to one, you're gonna see an ad there. What would have been the alternative at the end of that to have instead of a CGI Luke? What would you have rather seen?
At the end of,
yeah, the end of Mandalorian. You think it should just be better, or do you think they should have done it a whole different way?
I just enjoyed watching Mandalorian. Once I felt like I wasn't getting fucked with, honestly, it was telling the story well enough that I did not try and guess where it was going. When you got to like specific things, like the IG-88 or whatever it was,
you were just along for the ride, then, weren't you?
Yeah, I just let as long as they didn't screw me in terms of like, you know, what or something like take me out of the moment. It was like a wonderful dance. I was just like enjoying the dance all the way through the end, and then it ended. They hit the landing, and I was like, yeah, that's great. It's fine.
Would you change anything in The Mandalorian?
I mean, I loved Werner Herzog as the fucking
Me too.
boss.
Yeah.
That was so good, and I liked how he was eliminated. If you're gonna eliminate him, that's a good way to do it. But man, I really would have liked to see him be able to be the big bad, just because it's Werner Herzog. He's the man.
He's the one that said they were gonna CGI Baby Yoda there. He's the one that said, "You cowards! The puppet is just as good." And I was like, "Yeah, I love that." And then they decided to use the puppet, which I think worked out probably about 1,000 times better than if it would have been that stupid CGI Yoda we saw before. People like puppets, and you can tell when it's a puppet.
There's a problem. Jay might know. I don't know if it's Roger Ebert who said CGI versus practical effects. That CGI looks real but feels fake, and practical effects look fake but feel real.
Yes.
So if you have a main character, it's probably in your best interest if you can to get a practical effect, because it's gonna feel real and people are gonna connect with that character more.
I agree with that. It's always gonna be 3-dimensional, and we'll always know because that's what we're good at.
I think we should talk real quick about Gina Carano too, because I'm one of the biggest fans in the universe about Haywire. That was a Steven Soderbergh movie that discovered her and kind of started her being in movies and stuff.
I know her from MMA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm prior to that from MMA, but I mean, like as an actor,
you like women's cage fighting.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
I think we all do. All right,
I can say that.
And she was so freaking good, but there was this aspect where she had this.
What's wrong?
She kind of had this like almost like Saturday morning cartoon thing going on at a certain point, especially in the second season. Like she got, I feel, conceited as a performer, where she was like feeling the spin-off show coming and shit.
Well, she's in there. She's supposed to be a veteran who already saved the universe or saved the galaxy from the evil empire, and now is like working. It's like, I think a lot of that is just those last 3 movies were is just a disappointment from what was supposed to be this great thing that happened. It still turned out everyone's fucked. That's what's kind of. I think she's a cynic like that, but still has that attitude though. I think I know what you're talking about. Her personal life, whatever she tweets, I give a damn.
Yeah. I felt like she was so awesome in the first season, and I ended up not minding that she went crazy and then got canceled, because honestly, I thought that the second season was like, I don't know, coasting, or her being like, she got like the character was getting really full of herself and stuff. And to me, like, the cool thing about the characters in The Mandalorian, they're in a very lethal environment, and I feel like, you know, the main character himself is very aware of not getting killed as a priority, which if you're not a Jedi in this universe,
But he's lucky.
Your number one priority
And we love
is to
that.
not get killed.
We love a
And I
lucky
feel-
hero. We love to see
Yeah.
when they luck out.
Because he's doing it right. He's not pushing it.
Yeah.
When he really rolls the dice, there's a reason for it and such.
One of my favorite episodes was the one with Tim Oliphant in it, where he's the
Yeah.
sheriff.
Big
I thought that one was
Mandalorian.
really good.
That was fantastic.
They get together
That
with
was-
the Sand People to fight that beast. And the
It
beast
was
has got a lot of stuff tied into the video games. I think Knights of the Old Republic
Yeah.
video game.
But I
It's
mean,
actually
we've
in there.
always wanted to see a moving, freaking Rancor.
Yeah.
Always.
Laura, why are you
Or not
surprised?
Rancor, what? Crate Dragon.
Yeah. With the pearl and everything. That was like something you had to
Yeah.
go get in the video game. I remember that. So then they hold it up.
I think I saw like a thing of the art of A New Hope, where
That's
those
it's going
giant
back to
opal-
the special effects. I think that's another thing too that we lose with the CGI, because now everyone's like, oh, they just made CGI. They used to be engineers and artists and magicians that would try to trick us into, and then when you got to the point it was like, how did they do that? Do you know what I'm talking about, Aaron? Where that was part of the magic of it.
Yeah. The worst example, what was it in episode 4 or 5 or something? He went way overboard with like every single ship was CGI.
Yeah.
But the ships were never even a problem. They always looked about as real as you could get, right?
And we've never seen a spaceship flying around out there too.
Yeah.
Like that, which is one of the reasons people like the movie so much. But then I think Mandalorian found a happy medium between what was the CGI bullshit and what was real, practical effects. IMO.
I want to bring up the comments. I see the comments there.
Yeah.
So, but all of our favorite regular Star Wars is Empire, right? Clearly.
I'd say Empire. What do you think, Aaron?
Christmas special.
That one's not bad, but not my favorite.
Well,
Yeah, Empire.
I could say that. That was the
that's
one.
hilarious how Empire is just like, yes,
Yeah,
that's it.
it's the best. It had a real director who really made it a story and would not let George Lucas sit there, and he didn't want to do it.
Here's a weird side note about
Isaac,
that director would go on to direct RoboCop 2, which is vastly underappreciated.
That's a good one. I appreciate it. Irving Kershner, yeah. He's also done a lot of other movies that you didn't realize.
Yeah, he was a professor who would just apparently get gigs because he was good, but he would be interested in like applying the theory into practice. So he would take on all these jobs as like theoretical projects and shit.
Yeah. I've never watched RoboCop.
RoboCop remake was largely completely pointless. It's not all terrible.
I didn't see it. It's like RoboCop. When it came to Terminator or RoboCop, I was always Terminator. I thought RoboCop looked. If RoboCop was a toy, I didn't want that toy. I'd rather have the Terminator toy that they never made. By the way,
RoboCop 1 is the funniest, maybe the funniest movie from the 80s.
Not Commando.
That's a hot take, man.
Yeah, the funniest movie from the 80s, though. What about Ghostbusters?
I think it's funnier than Ghostbusters.
What about Caddyshack?
It's way funnier than Caddyshack.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The only competition is...
What about Christmas Vacation? Or just Vacation? What other 80s? What
Buddy
about Die Hard?
What?
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
I don't want noodle, I want this.
I was going to do a thing on here, but I thought it was... I'll talk about it, but it's wrong to talk about it. I was going to do
we could do the whole series.
if
I haven't watched 5 yet.
if somebody said, if somebody gave a subscription, I was gonna say whenever for 5 minutes we would talk like teenage girls, like oh my god, for 5 minutes, if they gave a subscription. But I didn't do it.
So they have to do it first.
Yeah, as an award, but we don't have to worry about it. But what funny movies from the 80s? And you said the RoboCop? I think it's one of the best action movies from the 80s. I'll go like that.
It's that too. And
I don't know if it's funny.
It's actually a really good human story. It's crazy. It's such a good fucking movie.
But production design, I'm not as much of a fan
Houston,
of.
am I wrong? Is RoboCop not one of the funniest things? I'm not maybe the funniest is crazy, but is it not one of the top 10 funniest movies of the 80s?
Yeah, it might very well be, I guess.
I'm not sure.
I haven't seen it a long time, but
it is so good start to finish. Every single point with Ronnie Cox in it is unbelievably funny. Fucking Miguel Ferrer, man. Oh my god, those
What's
guys.
up, Frisco? Welcome to the stream.
Kurtwood Smith, dude. Kurtwood Smith.
What's his name in the movie?
He's the head of Psychopath. He's the main
gangster.
gangster.
Yeah, he was the head of the Psychopaths. He was the evil guy in every movie where they had to have a corporate guy. He was the evil one.
They like Verhoeven tried to get him to be like what Michael Ironside's role was in Total Recall ended up being. And he turned it down because he didn't want to just be always doing this psychopath henchman thing. So he went with Michael Ironside instead. Kurtwood Smith is so fucking good in RoboCop. How he is the scariest motherfucker looking like he does with his glasses that he wears in that movie. He wears like librarian glasses in that movie. It's the most amazing thing ever.
Oh, what's his name? What's Frisco? You're a Star Wars fan too, right? You got any hot takes we could talk about? Anybody has a hot take to talk about? Your opinion that you think is not popular. We'll talk about it.
We're ready for hot takes.
You got a hot take? Let's hear it.
Hot takes.
I added sound effects to appease you. Probably not good ones, but you guys hear them?
yeah, I hear the sound effects.
I heard this. Can I start eating my pie?
Yeah. You can eat or whatever you want. There's just one thing you can't do. You just have to lean over if you're going to do it. Well, I can say one of the movies I like is Rogue One. What'd you say about a blowjob? I agree. Lots of people like Rogue One.
Nothing. Carry on.
Eat it like fucking Jack Kerouac. Is this going to turn into a pie eating contest?
I didn't bring a pie. Is that going to be all right?
Yeah, that's all right. I have to make it big to watch the pie here. For the pie devouring.
What? Put me on.
So what do you think of Darth Vader, guys?
Wow.
Just want to see you try to talk through eating a pie.
What about just the fact that Vader doesn't move in A New Hope and scares the shit out of everybody? Like, he's the slowest moving motherfucking villain ever.
That's how strong he is.
That's how strong he is. He just like walks around and
he has to keep I've looked into this big time about every YouTube canon about Darth Vader. They say he has to use the Force to keep himself alive.
Yeah. That's why he's slow.
Yeah. All the time. And he hates the suit so bad and hates that he's in the suit, which also makes him stronger all the time. And the suit is designed to do that.
Until he gives up.
Yeah. Darth Vader is all right, but I don't think he is the best character. Who do you think is the best character?
Yeah.
I really like
everybody's favorite character from the series.
I don't know if I can pin it down.
I see Frisco's comment. I like it.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
wondering
if I
about
can.
You guys too.
Jelly likes Jar Jar the best. Jelly, please. He's not the best. I like Qui-Gon, man. Not the best, but what character I wish would have been in the other movies. Because where was there ever a Jedi that was like Luke, you know, that was strong like that? That they really, everybody else was kind of an amateur when it came down to it. And we didn't really see him fight. But I like the, yeah.
Just the one time.
Yeah, I like the, Luke's the strongest Jedi. Jedi likes all the Ewoks. Jar Jar Doobie.
The end of the
Bigson?
Mandalorian certainly showed Luke at, you know,
A higher level than we're used to.
Mace Windu is like the only live action Jedi we've seen do that level of stuff.
That's what bothered me about that The Last Jedi, I think it is, or yeah, it's The Last Jedi, Part 8, right? That's what bothered me. I wanted to see Luke do some
Part 9.
Part 9.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I'm talking about Part 8 when they're all shooting at him. All the walkers are shooting at him.
Oh Jesus Christ, you're right.
No, that's The Last Jedi.
You're right.
The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, you got.
Right. Mars, I could climb you like a tree, girl.
Is that a poo?
Jar Jar Doobie Binkson. I guess Luke is the strongest Jedi. But ever? And now that comes down to if, Muhammad Ali beat...
no. Technically, we know. Technically, it was Anakin. Like, according to Matt, like...
Is that correct, though?
Mitochondria. He was like 5...
The midichlorians, guys! Damn it! But do we know if he's the most powerful? Because I've heard a rumor that they were wrong about this whole thing about Anakin being the chosen one, and actually still don't know who the chosen one is yet.
Jar Jar.
Right.
Jar Jar.
I think they could throw a curveball. But the idea of them, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Caden. Come on. Good. Thanks for the clip. We appreciate it. Did they ever say what Luke's midichlorian count was? Good question. Anybody know that? Did anybody even talk about it in anyone except for that first movie?
It was off the charts.
69. It's 69,000.
Very good, Jay.
Sure it wasn't 420?
Oh, zingers. We don't know what it is, I guess.
No idea. What are you referring to?
The next question. What was I gonna? I forgot what I was talking about. I started messing around with the sound effects and stuff. What were we talking about?
You need a sound man there, an intern.
Somebody hasn't done what I asked them to do prior to the stream, though. I asked them to do something, and they still haven't done it. Just kind of waiting for Dark Houston to scream something.
Do what?
Just waiting for you to scream something, which I said prior to the stream.
Scream something?
Scream something. Baba Booey, Baba Booey! Thank you. Thank you for getting Funk to read that aloud. And thank you for clipping it. Do I play the clip now? Might screw everything up though. Mars, I could climb you like a tree, girl. This is very good. Mars. Very good clip, Roby.
This is getting very.
They made a like if something happens, they got like a little bit of time, and they can clip it, and then it'll put it on the website. If you see that, this where it says like a tree.
I don't know how you do all this without your head just.
Don't worry about it. Thank you for clipping, Laura. Let's do some shout outs here, you guys.
Sure.
There's a little break in the action here. We do that. We'll promote the book as well. Lurksha Habrox, best followers, primes, and mods. Thank you. Nice job, Roby. I'm just gonna go down the list. This is where we're gonna show little clips from their stream.
Oh. The ass wipe is coming back to haunt me. Here. Sir, do you mind holding this? Just keep an eye on it. Please and thank you.
Some of these are good and some of these are not so good. They're just the viewers can clip whatever. Oh, an IRL. I need to move this over, man. We'll put it over here. Excuse me? What's the problem, Jelly? We know that some clips go on too long and oh, it's fighting at us.
You guys like knuckle sandwiches?
Look at that. Question for everyone in the panel. Who is looking forward to the Obi-Wan series? Good question.
Obi-Wan what?
The Obi-Wan series.
I haven't been disappointed by either of the two series, so sure.
I would pin that, but I guess if it's got to add somebody, you can't pin it. I want to see it too.
House tour.
House tour.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think they're putting more effort into that and spending more money into that one than they probably are the other ones. Frankly. And they're bringing back the old characters. And there's going to be another Darth Vader. So we meet again. Am I right? Cowboy? Darth Lord of the
There'll be
Sith?
another Darth Vader.
I would guess Hayden Christensen's schedule is available.
He's in it. It's
Yes,
they're already making it. But I think there'll be another duel towards the end there. Yes, agreed. I thought the Boba Fett series was boring until the last 2 episodes. See, I haven't seen the last 2 episodes yet. But I gotta watch that though. People say good things about it. And exactly that too, the last 2 episodes. Let me slout out. Oh no. Anybody else have a question? I tried to pin that one. Meow. Everybody mad now, or nobody wants to say anything? Everybody get pissed off? So you guys don't think it's going to be a good show? He said, "Is Hayden Christian available?" Is what I heard.
Who's playing Obi-Wan?
Ewan
It's
McGregor.
still him.
You haven't heard about this at all?
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
He's playing Obi-Wan as older. I don't know how the hell they're gonna make him look like Alec Guinness. They'll probably go back and erase Alec Guinness out and re-release another special edition or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Looper did this thing with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, where they just left Bruce Willis as he was and gave Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot of like weird makeup prosthetic stuff to make his skull look different and like a young Bruce Willis, and it was not entirely unsuccessful, but it was weird. And I'm guessing that they're going to use like developed makeup stuff to just age him to look close to Guinness.
Let me tell you the movie that did it right. Out of all the movies that could do it right, there's one movie that made a young character look like the older character.
And that movie was big.
No, that movie was NWA movie that they made where they used Ice Cube's son. Talked like him, sounded like him, looked like him. You can't deny that. No CGI or anything. Just like, let's get the guy's son. He's an actor, and then they did. So when are you ever going to get that chance again? But this is about Star Wars. Yeah, straight out Compton. That's right.
They did that in the Sopranos movie.
But nobody liked that. Did you see it?
No.
No.
I didn't see it. I'm hoping it'll be good too, Frisco. I'm looking forward to watching it be good. Dude.
Bringing in more guests.
Another dog.
Is that a Star Wars character?
It is. That's Go-Go. I think he's messing up his camera now. He can't sit still for 2 hours. That's his dog there. I'm trying to think of I'm distracted. I'm distracted.
That's not bad. That wasn't bad, Sultana. She's got the head for it.
All right. Next on the list, this is not about stuff. What do you guys think of that Lord of the Rings series that they were going to come out with? Do you have any interest in that?
No.
No.
Do you know anything about it?
Destroying the brand. Like The Hobbit by itself, those movies destroyed the credibility.
You didn't like the Hobbit movies? You didn't like Lord of the Rings either, did you?
I didn't like any of them, but the Hobbit one, people would like Lord of the Rings ones. Loathe the Hobbit ones.
The Dwarven Queen isn't bearded. I don't give a shit about it. I couldn't sit through the movies. I'd fall asleep. That's the way Jay here, Cowboy Jay, was.
Yep.
What do you think about Star Wars, Mrs. Dog? I don't think the dog has any comment on it.
Hot take.
Hi, the unicorn called Mia. How are you this evening? Thank you for coming in. Got any hot takes on Star Wars you want to share? I'm trying to think of something that was kind of... I've already shared all my theories about it, I thought. That I have. You love Baby Yoda? I think we all do. I don't know anyone that's... Well, I do know somebody that doesn't like it. Mars Rovey doesn't like Baby Yoda. Such an adorable character. It's true. I just remember Yoda from Empire Strikes Back being so much better than any other movie that he was ever in. You guys agree with that?
Yoda?
Yeah. In Empire Strikes Back, Yoda as the puppet crawling around with the little sausage
Yeah.
and hitting R2D2 with his cane. Can you sit forward and speak a little better because nobody can hear you because of the echo? Thanks, old cowpoke.
I liked the duels in episode 2 and 3.
I did too.
Very much. Very much. I thought it was extremely exciting to see him in action.
Yeah.
And I thought that that's pretty much how it should look.
Yeah. I like the first ones when that was kind of payoff for all the. They started up the damn movie, episode 1, and then they had this crawl, and then the next thing you know, you see them, you know, like, oh, they really do walk around like that with the hoods all the time. And then as soon as something went down, it's like everyone on the ship was like, oh shit. We didn't know there's going to be Jedis here, and see how unstoppable they were for something like that, which happened in pretty much all those newer movies.
Who's he fight? Christopher Lee?
No, in the very first one, right when they fight all the robots, where they try to gas them out, they come in and they're the ambassadors.
No, but he's talking about Yoda. And
yeah,
he only fights twice. He fights Christopher Lee at the end of the second one, and then Dooku, and then he fights Palpatine to a draw in 3.
Right. I'd like to see a little bit more about the Knights of Ren. They look pretty badass. I thought that was going to be what the damn third movie was about. Like maybe they had some kind of witches coven of those Knights of Ren or whatever, and maybe that turned out to be the bad guys. And what's going on? Did he just vomit? I don't know. Well, we apologize, folks. If someone vomited, we can't see what's going on over there.
They're supposed to be making out with the dog, man.
Yeah. They did look pretty bad at. I thought they were going to play more in the story, but all he did was just kind of little cutscene and just killed him. I guess. I couldn't even keep up with that last movie. It was moving too fast. But neither of you guys saw the last movie.
No.
I watched it once in the theater with the 3D, and then I he's getting a little fainish here. A little fainish.
You gotta go raid your pantry, man. And
I've been working, man, since I had a long
nobody
shift
French a
today.
dog, really.
Did you queue up that video?
What video?
We made a Star Destroyer Jewish rye today.
It's just a piece of bread there, man. I can't really. It's a stretch to get it to be like, hey everyone, this is a piece of bread, a long piece of bread, and then trying to tie that to Star Wars without probably a good hour of special effects.
It was a 7-foot long Jewish rye.
Right. This is what he's talking about. If you just tuned in, he sent me before we scheduled this. Yesterday we were gonna do this, right? So the man, I was like, "What do you guys got for stream titles?" It's fucking crickets. Well, we're gonna do this. Everybody understand crickets, all right? So then today, and I told everyone to wear costumes, and this is what I get: a cowboy and a dude in a red room. So then he sends me an email. It said, in my thing, it says, Jay has sent you an email video message. So I'm searching through every email I have, trying to find what email address he sent it to. And there's nothing there. He's like, I think this will work for tonight. And I'm like, oh, I'm ready to laugh. He's going to have a costume on and I'm going to laugh. So I'm searching all over for this video. The video turns out to be him doing a slow, like, steady cam over a piece of bread all the way to the end of the table. And then he does a U-turn. And it's a movie file from an iPhone, and it's real small. It's not but then he wanted me to do that and then show that as the beginning to the Star Wars thing, which I understand the concept, but it's not good for this movie, but I'm sure it's good for another movie. That's what I'm gonna say about that. It's not right for this project, but maybe another project it's right for. No, I did not see Buns fish. Well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Where's he at anyway? And no, I did not French kiss a dog. Recently. Have you guys ever done? I've never stuck my tongue out and let a dog lick me. I've let a dog lick my face though, inappropriately, but usually it's a puppy and they're like, oh, you know, bouncing around, all happy to be alive. Slytherin.
Hard to resist.
Shout out for Slytherin. I meant to say to go take a break if you just got done. I forgot to say it though. Give Slytherin a shout out. Slytherin came in with the big 15-person raid here.
Oh my god. Final judgment, final judgment.
How do I mute all that?
Oh my god, she was out. Oh man. Wow. Yo.
Dead by Daylight.
Tap.
She's chasing me. That was nice. Nice, Laura. Oh my god, that was sick as fuck. Holy shit.
That was so good.
Cracked fucking David reincarnated.
Shit.
Say my name.
Dead by Daylight players. They're a whole crew over there. I don't like Dead by Daylight that much because of the screaming and the heartbeat. If I play it and I listen to it. Who's happy to be alive like a puppy? I just mean puppies in general are happy to be alive. They're always happy at everything and they want to get in on something, to chew on something, and that's what I like about them. And that they're unemployed.
Not working dogs yet.
No. I mean, they don't have a regular job like a typewriter and stuff. I've heard some people talk about that. That they could send mail and make Xerox copies and stuff. Being happy to be alive is sad. Why sad gibberish?
And we're back.
Welcome back. Come to the real world. I don't know. I'm happy I'm not dead. Pretty much. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I think things are going over
It's a
bananas
positive.
over here. I mean, I have a sad in my name, so it's a little biased. Yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. Well, it's been about 2 hours here. You guys have anything more to add that you would like to say about Star Wars in some way?
We have a special message.
Oh, we got to talk about the book, don't we? Let me plug your book. I would be happy not to be alive. That's a bad take on life, I would say, but I don't know. That's Jay's dog. What do you think the dog's thinking about Star Wars?
Yep.
I think dogs always think in their mind, I'd like to eat something. Not now, or not later, but now. That's what I think dogs are thinking all the time. Happiness is overrated. Big hug from the chat, please. I'm begging, please. See if this works. I think he just left. And the dog's the star of the show now.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about his fucking book, too. His book he wrote about you.
Yeah.
Hug the dog, Cowboy Jay, like a little kid. Give the dog a nice hug. where the dog is just sitting there, and you come down to the dog. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! He hugged a dog. Doesn't take much to get them excited. You know? Good job, Jay. Let's get some hype in the chat. Come on for the dog. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Next topic here. We're going to wrap it up here somewhere. And start thinking about who you want to raid, ladies and gentlemen. If you have some raid suggestions. The book's called Don't Forget Majumba, Tales of Houston Reckoning, Volume 1. Written by Justin Thane and R.J. Caton. And R.J. Caton is the cowboy.
Let's just have an episode about diehards.
Aaron's never seen any of the diehards. Would you like to say anything about the book, where to buy the book, all that shit? Would you like to talk about your book, about anything about your book right now? Here's your chance. I think he got excited and froze, lagged out. Can't hear you at all. Oh, there you're back. That's the same dog. He has 2 dogs, don't you? And 2 cats?
3.
I don't know what's going on over there. He can't hear us at all, can he?
No, that's the same dog.
Would you like to talk about the book that you wrote? That's what I'm trying to set up. Like,
it's the other dog.
I'm not doing all the plugs for this fucking book. I'm telling you right now. Book, that's what I'm trying to hold up the book. Hey, Jay, you want to talk about the book you wrote? Where the fucker get it? How much does it cost? What's it about? Something like that. I'm holding it up to get you to talk about it. He's sitting, he's got his nuts on the fucking microphone. He wrote a book. It's on Amazon. It's called Don't Forget Majumba Boys. It's actually 2 writers that wrote it.
Website, the book at some point in the near future. We'll have another special.
It's a secret or something? Or? I'm about to end, so I'm giving you plugs as a thank you for being here type thing. Like they do on every show in the world.
Well, thanks, Matt. It's been a great time being here.
You can buy the book on Amazon.com. It's actually an interesting story. The guy in the middle with the cowboy hat wrote the book about the guy on the side in the red room. It's kind of more of a Paul Bunyan type story if you want to read it. What's the price point on Amazon right now?
I believe it's at $15.95, Matthew.
No, it's not that. They knock off the price. It says $15.95 on the back, but you can get it the audio. There's a, what do you call it? The Kindle version. Isn't that like $6? You still get a kickback for that?
Yep. $6.95.
So buy the damn book if you like books.
A funny good time, tall tales. They're slightly hallucinatory, like Looney Tunes.
There's pictures too.
Them pictures.
Now you want to talk about the book, huh?
All the pages
Now
are
you want
laced
to.
with acid.
Remember that scene with Flea from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where he's got it on his shirt and they show Flea licking it? There's pictures in the book too. It is a book. They wrote this book over 20 years. Pictures in the book. Not a lot of pictures, but some pictures. This is interesting here. Picture here of our hero sitting on the torch of the Statue of Liberty. There's a cat right there for you cat fans. It's a cat. How about that?
Where's this giant rye bread?
Does he have the?
Show the video.
I only have it on my phone. That kind of makes it bad.
Show the video.
You're not gonna be able to see it through on a cell phone through.
You can't upload it to this or have it be part of your fucking thing.
That's it. No, I didn't. I didn't think about. I didn't. Oh, here's us talking about pain for like an hour. Then him calling me fat, and then pictures of my scale. Oh, here we go.
Majuba is a place in South Africa.
People love
It's
this
not
right
to
here.
be
This
forgotten.
is great, isn't it? They can see. This is great. Look at. You see how well that's represented here? Here, let me turn it to sideways. We can see it better. Why didn't you give it to me on the Discord? You can't really see it in this thing.
How you going?
That's why I said if you give
That's not-
movies and stuff, that's kind of why I wanted to use Discord, because then you can upload stuff like that to Discord.
I can't upload over a certain size.
You're going to have to get it to me some other way, digitally. I don't really know how to forward an iPhone message to my Discord. What are they saying here? So you son of a bitch, I'm in. Acid, you say. Cato, look at those polite
Wait a
paws. Who is Majuba?
Okay, I got a shorter one.
The book? Jay's book? Oh. I don't know the geography. I don't leave my house. Except for when you go to Gon's basement. Oh, where is Gon? Is he in that fish tank? Or is it? No, it's Saturday, isn't it? In the cabbage store. I live in his basement. I don't leave my room. My roommates do everything for me. Sleeping. Died. It's kind of like a poem when you read it all quickly. It is. Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? Today was his only day off because he was helping Charlie the fish man yesterday. Roger. I think we're probably going to wrap it up though, but anybody have a suggestion for a raid? Thank you both, gentlemen, for this interesting and delightful conversation about the Star Wars movies.
I
Absolutely.
am here.
Anytime.
I'm just looking now for people to.
So
When
I
we
put up
end-
2 photos.
When we end, what we'll do is all the people that are watching here, you send them
Two
on
photos.
to somebody else that they want. Anybody have a suggestion? Take care, Frisco. Thank you for coming in.
Show that photo. Show the photo.
I can't show the photo because I didn't set this up to show photos. I set it up to show both of you. Without exposing everything in your secret Discord, I would have to move all the windows around, but I can't do that right now. Don't worry, we'll send it at a different time. It's just a loaf of bread, man. It's like you got the damn the Ark of the Covenant or something on your fucking loaf of bread, son. Bye, Frisco. Love you. Nobody has a raid suggestion here. We can raid Cloud King if you want. That's what we're going to do. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Slytherin, for the big raid. Thank you, Laura, for the subscription, the renewed subscription.
Thanks,
So
everybody.
we'll do this again.
Thanks, Matt.
Yo, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being on. We'll do this again sometime with a different movie or something like that. Bye, Rovi. Bye, Jelly. Meg's Boring Life. I think we'll do Cloud King, though.
Are we done?
No. I'll tell you when we're done. Take care. We're still going, but about 8 seconds. If all these viewers are ready, we'll go talk to Cloud King for a minute. All right. Thank you all for
The
watching.
Cheesebook Arrow Show is from the front of a live studio audience at Culver City, California.